Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about how much did you tip? Instacart shopper places order from Costco. Then she catches the driver doing this to her grocery haul. The reality of the gig economy is that you'll have bad actors on all sides, whether it's the customer trying to pull some refund scam, the merchant being disrespectful to the driver, and sometimes even the driver will pull some shady things on the customer, such as stealing her groceries. And I'm a firm believer in universal accountability, so yes, we are going over it. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. But first, because we're on the back end of the tax season, I want to talk to you guys quickly about our partners at GigTax. As somebody who has ventured into self-employment and being in business for themselves via food delivery apps and gig apps in general, the income is promising. That said, you are also faced with the challenges of navigating taxes as self-employed individuals and transforming your gig into a sustainable business. GigTax was founded by Joseph Mayo, a seasoned gig worker with over 7,000 deliveries across 7 platforms since 2020. They understand the challenges of gig workers, rideshare drivers, couriers, and online sellers of all kinds. Their #1 tax preparation service is designed to help you maximize your savings and save you time, energy, and money. Unlock valuable benefits with GigTax, such as electronic and state filing, direct access to tax pros and financial partners, the client app and portal, as well as audit support. GigTax already provides low rates, but for Driven Wyld subscribers, they're even lower at less than $100 for tax preparation services. Even as someone who has done his taxes before, it is reassuring to have someone like Joseph in my corner. He goes over every missed detail you might have missed, reassures you that your taxes will be done in a professional manner, and does his best to get you the most amount of money possible and or having to pay the least amount. He is diligent in his work and tries to do right by people. Highly recommend. Go to gigtaxservice.com/drivenwyld and use the code WYLD in all lowercase letters to access your special offering. Simplify and save with GigTax today. So with all of that said, let's get started. This Instacart driver helped herself to the client's goods. Thing is, even if she was in stealth mode, she would likely still would have gotten caught. Yeah, I feel like with the amount of Ring cameras and how affordable home security is going to be from now on, you can't get away with much anymore. Like, this isn't the 1920s where surveillance isn't based on a single security guard. There are cameras literally everywhere now. From the things in your pockets to up on the walls to up on the ceiling to on your front door. I don't think it makes sense to even try to steal anymore. Instacart shopper caught stealing in a viral video with more than 500,000 views. Business owner Carly Della Sala caught her Instacart driver who picked up her Costco order allegedly stealing in broad daylight. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave her TikTok as well as her profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. Della Sala explained that her order was delivered at 11:06. She captures the woman dropping off the boxed order via her doorbell camera. Notices the Instacart driver slowly leaving and waited outside my neighbor's house, Della Sala wrote in a text overlay. She barely drives off and instead sits in her car in a spot right in front of the neighbor's house. After about 5 minutes, the delivery person eventually walked out of her white SUV and back into Della Sala's place. The woman came back to pick up the box of goods. Hope she enjoys the Flonase, strawberries, and protein drinks, Della Sala wrote in disbelief. The Costco haul wasn't even that good, at least. Instacart customer service is awesome, she added in the caption. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here already. Number one, why would you steal after delivering it, seeing the Ring doorbell right there? Why would you drive away only to come back after that? Like, is the point that you don't want your car being seen on camera? because I don't know if you notice, you're still the same person. Like, it's not like you removed your wig or something and changed your outfit to steal the clothes. And even if you did, why? And third, what about this person's groceries made you think that it was worth the steal? I mean, sure, I like protein drinks as much as the next guy, but that's not much. Viewers had divided opinions. I'm amazed at how many people still steal like this when most houses have cameras of some sort, a top comment read. You see, this is what I'm talking about. If most houses have cameras these days, why bother? It's only going to hurt you. You are only going to ruin your own life. Why are people trying to justify this lady? She stole the whole order. She watched for her to come get it, and when she didn't, she went back and took the order. Why are we trying to defend her? A person said. Oh, that's an interesting perspective. So she was watching to see if someone would actually come get it? I never even thought about that, because in most cases, I just drop and leave. If you guys aren't alert enough to notice when your order is coming to the door, that's on you. Not to mention, in most cases, for me, I usually only deliver alcohol orders on Instacart, if anything, so they have to enter the door, but whatever. I don't trust any of those delivery people. I'll go get it myself after seeing all these theft videos. Another ad. Okay, but here's the reality. 99% of the time, this isn't an issue. But these issues are made louder because of TikTok. I don't see 500,000 views on an order where nothing went wrong, but I'll absolutely see 500,000 views on one girl stealing somebody's food. Not to mention, in most cases, it's fake news, and people are just trying to get some clout. That is 100% possible here still. Nevertheless, it does happen. In this day and age, and people not to acknowledge, notice, or know what a Ring camera has me mind blown, a commenter pointed out. Well, here's the other part of that. This lady looked older in general, right? I can't imagine a Ring doorbell going on a house with an old person inside. No offense to anybody else involved, but like my grandfather wouldn't know the first thing about a Ring doorbell. He had a flip phone until 3 months before he died. Then he was forced into a smartphone. Kind of a waste of a smartphone if you ask me, but okay. However, several other viewers speculated as to why the driver may have picked up the order after delivery. Maybe she delivered it to the wrong house and realized it later, one user said. This is the customer, right? At the end of the day, this is actually the customer who ordered it. It has to be the right house. Maybe you had like a stacked order and you gave her the wrong stack and you got confused. That could potentially be it, but that was legit. It's not like she put the other order there. Another wrote, if you did not meet the customer, the Instacart worker has to then take your order back to the store and return it all because the customer didn't say leave at door. I am not 100% sure if that's true. I know that Instacart does have a leave at door option, but if the timer runs out, unless there's an adult product involved, you can just leave it at the door. And I don't think protein shakes, strawberries, and Flonase is part of that. Maybe Flonase. By the way, yes, I did acknowledge after I said it right that I was saying it 100% wrong the first time, so you could calm down in the comment section. I know how stupid I obviously am. I have delivered the wrong grocery order to someone's house, and it was for a person who lived down the street. So maybe that wasn't your order, one said. Did she get her order later? I feel like that's the point. Unless this is a clout move and they both ordered Instacart on the same day. But why do I have a hard time believing that? Others placed the blame on Della herself. Why didn't you go get it? You knew you were having food delivered, one asked, to which the TikToker replied that she was working. I mean, that doesn't justify stealing, but I still would be getting it quicker than that, especially if you had cold food. Like, you don't want something happening near food, and you don't want animals getting into there. Not relevant to the article's point, but still. You didn't tip or what? One simply asked. Another echoed this sentiment, asking, how much did you tip? Della Sala replied that she tipped 20%, which she claims it was not good enough anymore. First off, if 20% wasn't good enough anymore for the order, then in most cases, it's not worth doing that order, especially being on Instacart where their default is 5%. So that's actually 4 times more than the default. I think that would be fine given the order that she placed. It's not like she she ordered like a burrito and that's it. She ordered a significant amount of stuff, which would have added up to a decent order size. Della Sala shared an update in a comment writing, Instacart was amazing. They refunded me and unfortunately they would have to terminate her. You know, I think that's the most positive feedback I've seen towards Instacart as of late, especially their customer service. Because we only get the chat bots. You actually got quality service, so good on you, I guess. How many homes have cameras? Home cameras used to be expensive, hard to set up, and didn't have great image quality. But now with systems like Ring, Blink, and Google Nest, a home surveillance set can be as cheap as $30. It is as quick as placing an order online and easy to set up. Even renters and apartment dwellers who had fewer options can get it with new devices like doorbell cameras. Yeah, I gotta say, home security is a lot cheaper nowadays than it was before. So, positives in that regard. More than 50% of homes have at least one security camera, and usage has increased significantly between 2023 and 2024 among homeowners and renters. A Safe Home study found. Nowadays, security cameras aren't just for safety, they're a handy way to keep an eye on deliveries, check on pets while away, and generally have better peace of mind. First off, pets while you're away doesn't really help pet owners in the way that people think. Like, my cousin has a dog that's less than a year old, and he always feels as if he has to be home all the time, or at least home enough to make sure the dog is taken care of. It'd be one thing if you can automate most of the caring systems, like feeding the dog and such, but not even that. That said, yeah, it is great to keep an eye on deliveries and make sure everything is good and clear in the house, so that's true. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. No need to pay me. There you go. First off, I'm a little shocked that it even came down to the tip commentary. Because yes, no tips do cause poor delivery service, and it does cause some bad actors to justify stealing the food, but it's never really right. And it's not even the case this time. Yeah, it said 20%, and usually that's a sign of the order probably wasn't worth it to the driver. That is 100% true. 20% in this case, I think would have been solid. Right? Like Flonase, protein drinks, and strawberries. Even if there was nothing else, 20% of that should be a fair amount if that was all they needed to get, right? Regardless, if you ever feel as if you're at the point to where you could justify stealing food, that means you are operating in a position of scarcity. That means you're not diversified well enough and you're blaming Instacart or the customer for not tipping enough or not having the opportunities available to you. You don't have an exit strategy and you're acting like a 1099 employee as opposed to treating the gig economy like an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal as an independent contractor, as a business owner, or otherwise. And that's only going to hurt you long-term if you don't start getting that in check. And that is something we constantly preach in the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Driven Wyld is also kicking off its dispatching for beginners course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers. Now gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not simply the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description to get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh.